Hey, I'm Aaron, and this is Mr. Rogers' class assignment. I'm doing how to change the inner tube on a Presta valve bike tire. First step, turn it upside down so you could work with it easily. Second step, well, the tire you need to change needs to come off, so there we go. Follow me to my workbench. So now, since I had a flat tire, all the air's out, you know, but if you're just changing the inner tube, you're gonna want to let the air out first. But since my air's already gone, I just gotta start peeling the tire off. Make sure that you take off the air stem screw, because there's one always on there. There's that little piece. Now it's time to start working.
So what kind of tool is that?
This is the tire lever. You know, they make them plastic, metal. It's pretty much just to allow you to pull the tire off of the tube. There we go. Just the rim. Put this over here real quick. Get the old inner tube out of there. I mean, you're putting in a new one, why have the old one? So now you have your tire. Now whatever popped your inner tube is probably still gonna be in there. So before you start putting in the other inner tube, you're gonna wanna go in there and make sure that there's no remnants that could pop the new inner tube. Okay, now I have my new inner tube, which is right here. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna put some air in it to fill it up, but not start expanding it. So let's get this going. And don't forget to remember that since it's a Presta tube, you're gonna need a specialized pump to fill it up. That's all that's needed. Just to give it some structure. Now as we proceed, make sure you screw it back in so it doesn't lose air. Now, this is where you need to be careful. You're going to need to put the inner tube in the tire before you put the rim back in the tire. And as a side note, you could do this without airing up the inner tube, but it's easier because it will prevent catching it on the tire and the rim.
And it won't get twisted.
And it won't get twisted in there. Okay, make sure you line up the air tube.
And make sure your tire's going in the right direction.
Yeah. There. Now you're going to pinch the top where you put the tube in and push it in the rim. So it makes a secure, like a snug fit on either side. Now you're gonna hold it there, and at this time you're gonna want to screw on your valve stem. We're gonna have to edit that out. I don't think Mr. Rogers allows for cuss words in his class. But anyways, you're gonna want to put that on there so it gives you a secure fit, and you won't have to hold it the whole time. So now that it's secure on both sides, you want to try to put the bottom on. There, now that the bottom is on, we're going to need to use the tire lever and fix it all the way up.
You could cut it and then like come back when we got it on.
Yeah. I think that's what we should. Okay, so if you have a trouble putting it on, just use a tire lever to pry it over the rim. But we've done this. Just had to cut it out. Took us a little while. So now you're gonna want to tighten this all the way up. You pull it out and tighten it all the way up. There. Now you gotta make sure it's secure on all sides and start airing it up. Now be careful when you're trying to put the tire back on the rim. Be careful if you don't have a tire lever because you could pop the new inner tube. That happened to me once already, so double take.
There you go.
And we're back again. Now that I have it all aired up, you're going to want to put the tire cap back on that and replace it back in your bike. There we go. All right, let's take a ride on this bad boy. Now that you replace the tire, you're gonna want to take a test drive and see if it's all right. Because if the inner tube got pinched, it'll like bounce. So you're gonna realize if it's wrong or right. So let's do this. Oh, and shout out to my buddy Carson Azevedo for letting me use his shop and his tools to replace my bike tire. And Mr. Rogers period 5, extra credit.